Click on the eWealth account registration link in Stock Exchange menu to open a paperless eWealth account. Select Add for new entry or Edit for any changes in existing entries. Select the number of holders which the client wants to add in his eWealth account. Enter the PAN details of all holders and the system will automatically verify their KYC status. Selection of the group is not mandatory, but it is advisable to select the group. If you are opening an eWealth account for your existing client, his name will automatically be selected. But in case of a new client, you will have to select New as the applicant's name. Enter the Aadhaar number and the mobile number registered with Aadhaar. System will verify if the mobile number is registered with Aadhaar or not, and if the mobile number matches, it will suggest client is eligible to use any one option of authorization, biometric or OTP for eSign. You shall now enter the client's email ID. It is always advisable to use the email ID and mobile number of the client only. Similarly, enter the Aadhaar and mobile number details of the second holder. In case both the holders fulfill the criteria of KYC compliance and valid Aadhaar card, then the system will select the eSign option to process the eWealth account, else it will be processed as normal eForm. As you are aware that in case the mobile number and email are already registered with an earlier eWealth account, then the system will ask to fill up the family declaration as per the relationship with the account holder. Click on Submit to fill the details of the client in the eForm. Start entering the details as required in the eForm. We have also incorporated the bank mandate details including the daily limit. It is advisable that the daily limit is set as per the client so that in future the lump sum investments can also be done through auto debit or ACH mode. Please update the correct date of birth for both holders as it is mandatory for downloading the KYC details for account opening. In Preference tab, we have made two major changes. First is for debit card registration. If the default option selected is No, then the page will not get printed or e-signed. If the selected option is Yes, then the pages will be printed. Similarly for DRF, if the client is your existing client, then the DRF option will be activated and you can select printing option as Yes. If Yes option is selected, DRF will be sent on the email ID after the activation of eWealth account so that you can take a printout and get the signature and submit the same along with it. Fill up the other details and click on Next. Complete the brokerage details as agreed upon with the client for mutual fund. The range is 0 to 2.5% and for capital markets it is 0.5 to 2.5%. If all the documents are being uploaded by you, you must keep in mind that the documents required are valid bank proof and declaration for e-sign. The declaration has to be signed by the client physically. We have also kept the option of document upload from client's end. So in case you do not have the documents, the client can upload the same. But both the documents are mandatory. Once you submit the e-form, a reference number will be generated and an email will be sent on the client's email ID for e-sign authorization process. Now, the client will have to click on the email for e-sign authorization. When the client clicks on the link given in the email, the e-form as filled by you will be displayed in editable mode for any changes or verifications to be made by the client. The client will check all the tabs so that the required changes can be made by him. He will select the terms and conditions and click on Preview e-sign PDF. By now, all the mandatory fields must be filled and the mandatory documents uploaded. If not, then the system will prompt before going to the next step. A new window will open from where the client can click on View to check how the entire opening form will look like before doing the e-sign. After the verification of the form, the client has to click on Submit Final to be able to go forward with the e-sign authorization. Tick both checkboxes of the terms and conditions of Aadhaar. As mentioned earlier, if the mobile number of the client is registered with Aadhaar, then the OTP option will be enabled for the client. Click on Generate OTP. OTP generated successfully will be displayed on the screen. Enter the OTP received and click on Submit. Please keep in mind that authorization will be done one by one for all holders. Once the authorization for first holder is done, then only you can proceed to the second holder's authorization and then to the third holder. Select both checkboxes of the terms and conditions for the second holder also. For better understanding, we will do the authorization through biometric option. For biometric scanner, you have to install the drivers of biometric scanner in your computer. We have already uploaded the drivers on Partner Desk under Banners, from where you can download and install in your computer. Click on Capture. This will activate the biometric scanner and the red indicator on the scanner. Now please ask the client to place any finger on the scanner until image capture successfully is displayed on the screen. A fingerprint image will be displayed and the same will be matched with Aadhaar records, and only on a successful match, the screen will display e-sign successfully done. For submitting the form, click on Submit, and this ends the process of paperless eWealth account opening. A link will be available for the client to view the e-sign form. On successful authorization by the client, the form will now be ready for HO verification. And once the verification is done, the account will be activated within an hour. And an email will be sent to the client on his email ID along with a login ID and password. And in the same email, we will also attach a copy of the POA, nomination form, bank mandate and DRF forms. The partner will also receive the same email but without credentials. It is very important for us to submit these documents after the physical signature of the client within 7 days. If POA is not registered, the client will not be able to do the redemption, switch or STP transactions. And if bank mandate is not provided, SIP cannot be registered. Nomination is also very important in case of any eventualities, and DRF will help us get the physical units converted into DMAT. To save time, the partner can also keep blank sets of nomination form, bank mandate, POA and DRF form on which the client can sign, and the same can be submitted to branch for further processing. Now with paperless eWealth account, you can give wings to your advisory business and make your office paperless.